Welcome to the Sleepy LOA, a gentle place where your day's weight begins to lift, and the promise of peaceful dreams calls you home. As the world grows quiet and the night wraps softly around you, you have gifted yourself this sacred pause. Time to breathe, to let go, and to open your heart to the magic waiting just beyond your waking mind. Here, there is nothing to chase, nothing left to prove. You are safe, you are enough. The outside world, with all its busyness, begins to fade, leaving only the comfort of your bed, the steady rhythm of your breath, and the quiet whisper that you are exactly where you need to be. Tonight, you are invited to experience the law of attraction as it was meant to be: gentle, nurturing, and quietly powerful. No striving, no pressure, only the soft practice of noticing your thoughts, welcoming your hopes, and believing in your worthiness to receive. This is a journey inwards, a gentle exploration of gratitude, hope, letting go, and receiving, designed to help you rest, heal, and dream. Let each word wash over you like a soft lullaby. Picture gratitude blooming within you, each thank you a feather-light seed. Imagine letting go as a river carrying away old doubts and stories, leaving space for new growth. See abundance as moonlight, pouring in without effort, illuminating your quiet power to create and receive. If your mind wanders or you drift in and out of sleep, trust that you are doing it perfectly. Your subconscious is listening, gently absorbing every affirmation, every visualization. Every kind wish you offer yourself tonight. You may not remember every story in the morning, but their warmth will linger, a lighter mood, a new hope, readiness for blessings to arrive in ways you never expected. You are not alone on this journey. Across the world, others are tuning in, seeking peace, comfort, and the chance to attract something beautiful into their lives. Imagine this circle of dreamers, all resting together in the quiet faith that life can be gentle, that hope is always worth holding, that dreams can come true in the silence of the night. So settle in, let your body grow heavy and your mind grow light. The Sleepy LOA is your invitation to rest, to hope, and to gently call your desires closer, not with force, but with trust and ease. As you listen and drift, know that you are already attracting peace, healing, and quiet abundance. Your journey has begun. Sweet dreams, gentle soul dot as you lie down. The world around you grows still. The soft hush of the room becomes a gentle cradle, holding you as you settle into the quiet embrace of your bed. The day is done. Its events, large and small, slowly float away like leaves on a stream. In this peaceful space, your heart becomes more sensitive, open to the subtle beauty that only the quiet of night can reveal. Tonight, you choose to remember, not the weight of the day or the worries that tug at your mind, but the gentle, nearly invisible moments of kindness that found their way to you. There is magic in this remembering. With every breath, you invite the feeling of gratitude into your chest, letting it rise and settle like a warm blanket around your heart. Begin with a single memory, a smile from a stranger, a door held open, comfort of your own favorite mug in your hands. You allow that image to linger as if you are holding it up to the soft light of the moon. Thank you, you whisper in your mind, and that gratitude glows just a little inside your chest. Each thank you is as light as a feather. You picture them drifting down gently, one by one, layering over you with the softest touch. You sense how these quiet acknowledgments change the atmosphere around you. Your body relaxes. Your shoulders let go each time you notice something good, even the tiniest thing. You offer another feather of thanks, soft, unhurried, sincere. You remember the feeling of cool water on your skin, the taste of something sweet, the voice of a friend, or the laughter of a child. You let each memory rise and fall, never rushing, never straining. These moments, small as they are, become the building blocks of comfort in your night. Thank you for this, you murmur, and your heart responds by softening, opening just a bit more. Now, you think of the safety of your bed, the way your pillow fits beneath your head, the quiet rhythm of your own breathing. You give thanks for the simple fact that you are here, able to rest, free to let go of the day. You realize that the world is full of gentle gifts waiting for you to notice them. You do not force yourself to feel grateful. Instead, you let it come naturally, like a breeze through an open window. If your mind wanders to something difficult, you treat yourself kindly. You gently bring your attention back to whatever small goodness you can find, even if it's only the sensation of air moving in and out of your lungs. Thank you for this breath. You think, and with each repetition, the room seems to grow quieter, the night deeper, your body more at ease. You notice now how your heartbeat slows, how your hands grow warm, how your feet feel heavy and safe beneath the covers. This is the magic of gratitude. It transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, not with grand gestures, but with steady, gentle attention. Every act of remembering, every whispered thanks, is a small key turning in the lock of your mind and locking the doors to deeper rest. Your thoughts travel back over the day. You see the sunlight slanting through the window in the morning, the sound of birdsong, the familiar face of someone you love. Thank you for this light, you say. Thank you for this moment, even the moments of challenge. You realize carry their own lessons and graces. Maybe you didn't notice them then, but now, in the hush of night, you are willing to let gratitude soften their edges. You bring to mind a time today when someone showed you patience. Perhaps it was only a brief exchange, a nod, a word, a gesture. You let your appreciation flow toward them even if they are far away. Even if they don't know, your thanks travels quietly, invisibly, wrapping them in your good wishes. In this way, gratitude becomes a silent conversation between hearts, a gentle bridge between souls. With every remembered kindness, you feel your body sinking deeper into comfort. Your breath grows slower, your thoughts less tangled, the edges. The day blur, and what remains is the warmth of appreciation, a golden glow inside you. Gratitude, you realize, is a soft companion. It settles beside you, never demanding, always offering quiet reassurance. You remember the kindness you gave. 2 small ways you tried to ease another's path, a shared smile, a listening ear, a moment of patience when it was hard. You allow yourself to receive your own gratitude. Thank you for being gentle, you tell yourself. Thank you for trying. You see now that every act of kindness, no matter how modest, creates a ripple of comfort that returns to you, magnified in the silence of night. There may be memories that sting, words that were hard, moments you wish had gone differently. You allow them space too, without judgment. You offer them a feather of thanks for the lessons they carried, for the chance to grow softer, wiser, more compassionate. Even pain, you realize, can be softened by gratitude. Thank you for what I am learning, you think, and the sharpness of regret dulls just a little. You rest in the awareness that gratitude is not about perfect days or flawless happiness. It is about seeing the tiny lights that flicker in the dark, the goodness that persists in the quietest corners. It is about choosing again and again to find something worth appreciating. Even when life feels heavy, tonight you choose gratitude as your companion. Your body responds. Muscles release their tension, jaw unclenches, chest opens. You are safe here. Held by the gentle practice of remembering, you sense the room becoming softer, the world outside fading as you sink further into your bed. Thank you, each remembered kindness is a small act of magic, a spell for peaceful sleep. You remember the feel of clean sheets, the soothing sound of rain, the steady tick of a clock, or the hush of complete silence. You find yourself grateful for comfort, for shelter, for quiet. Thank you for this place, you whisper, and the room seems to hold you more closely. Your mind drifts to those who have been kind to you in ways you may not have noticed at the time. The stranger who stepped aside, the neighbor who smiled, the person who gave you time to speak. You let your thanks find them wherever they are. Gratitude, you see, is not bound by distance. It reaches across the world, quiet and unseen. Weaving a tapestry of connection, you allow yourself to be grateful for your own resilience, for every challenge you met, for every time you chose hope instead of fear. Thank you for my strength, you think. Thank you for my courage. You realize that each act of gratitude strengthens you, making tomorrow a little brighter, a little easier. The room grows darker, softer. The boundaries of your body blur. You become aware of your heartbeat, slow and steady, echoing the rhythm of the night. You let your mind float, untethered, riding the gentle current of your thanks. There is nothing to do now but rest and receive. You recall one more kindness. Perhaps something so small you almost missed it, a favorite song, a funny memory, a quiet moment of peace. You hold it close, letting gratitude fill your senses. Thank you for this joy, you whisper, and your body responds with a sigh of relief. You sense gratitude as a quiet friend beside you, breathing with you, watching over you as you drift into sleep. Has opened the door to peaceful dreams, softened the ground beneath your worries, and wrapped you in the gentle comfort of being cared for. You allow yourself to believe that this simple act, remembering, saying thank you, noticing what is good, has power. It shapes your night, reshapes your heart, and prepares the soil of your mind for tomorrow's blessings. As you drift toward sleep, you promise yourself to remember again, to keep gratitude as your companion. no matter how dark the night may seem. And as your breathing deepens, your thoughts float away. You feel the last gentle feather of thanks settle over you. Gratitude sits beside you, silent and steadfast, keeping watch as you slip quietly toward dreams. In this soft darkness, you know that each whispered thanks opens a quiet door for magic to find you. Even as you sleep, the simple act of remembering will grow into something more, but for now, you rest with gratitude by your side. As the night carries you gently away, you are here, safely wrapped in the hush of night. Your body surrendered to the comfort of your bed. The world outside has faded, its noise replaced by the gentle cadence of your breathing. The day is finished, its sharpness blurred by the darkness and softened by the ritual of giving thanks. Yet gratitude, you discover, is not simply a feeling that arrives and disappears. It is a living, breathing presence that deepens and grows. Especially while you sleep, imagine gratitude as a seed tucked into the quiet soil of your heart. Each thank you whispered earlier was like a drop of gentle rain, beam of nourishing sunlight, a small encouragement to grow. Now, as you drift further from the conscious world and closer to dreams, you sense those seeds sending down. Roots quiet, patient, strong dot with every breath. You feel these roots gently anchoring you to the present moment. They weave through layers of memory and experience, searching for warmth, safety, and peace. Your mind, calm and open, becomes fertile ground for these roots to flourish in the darkness. You picture them spreading, slow and steady, beneath the surface of your awareness. There is nothing you must do now except trust in this unseen process. You don't force the roots to grow, you simply allow, just as seeds sprout in the night. Hidden from sight, gratitude works its magic while you sleep. You surrender control, choosing instead to be a willing host for this quiet miracle. Let your attention rest on your chest, feeling the gentle rise and fall with each breath. Imagine that with every inhale, you draw our nourishment for these roots, gentle acceptance, peace, and the promise of tomorrow. With every exhale, you release the old worries and doubts, making room for new growth. Gratitude does not require perfection. It thrives on gentleness, forgiveness, and willingness. Perhaps your mind drifts to memories of kindness or to moments of beauty you witnessed today. Each recollection becomes food for the roots and offering to help them grow deeper and stronger. A smile remembered, a meal enjoyed, the softness of a blanket, the comfort of knowing you are not alone. You say thank you softly and imagine those roots extending further, branching out in all directions. Now, you may notice your body letting go even more. Tension dissolving, limbs growing heavier and more relaxed. Sleepiness drapes itself over you, and you welcome it like an old friend. Your mind, though quiet, is not empty. It is a sanctuary, a safe garden where gratitude's roots can stretch and intertwine with your dreams. You imagine these roots as threads of golden light weaving through the landscape of your subconscious. They find nourishment in every forgotten blessing, every gentle act, every peaceful moment you have ever known. Some roots reach back into the past, touching old joys you may have overlooked. Others stretch toward the future, ready to support the wishes you will make tomorrow. Even in darkness, you trust that growth is happening. Seeds do not doubt their own unfolding, nor do they rush toward the sun. They rest, secure in the wisdom of nature's timing. In the same way, you allow gratitude to expand within you, trusting that the benefits will come, perhaps in dreams, perhaps in small, unexpected ways. Sometimes your thoughts return to old hurts, disappointments, or fears. You notice them, but you do not cling. Instead, you let them pass through you, like a soft breeze rustling the leaves of your inner garden. If you can, offer a gentle thanks for the lessons they brought, and let them nourish the roots as well. But strengthen your willingness to transform pain into growth. You feel your heart beating slowly and steadily, the rhythm of life itself. Each beat is a reminder of presence, of being alive in this moment, of being a witness to the unfolding miracle within. The roots of gratitude, fed by attention and love, entwine with your dreams, supporting you as you travel further from waking thought and deeper into the mystery of sleep. As you move through layers of consciousness, gratitude remains with you, a quiet companion, always working beneath the surface. It does not require words or effort. Its presence is enough. The more you trust this process, the more you feel held and nourished, safe in the knowledge that something good is growing within. Perhaps in this restful state, you begin to dream. Your dreams may be vivid or soft, filled with images of beauty, comfort, and possibility. Gratitude's roots gently shape these dreams, turning even ordinary images into messages of hope and healing. You may find yourself in a garden, or floating on a gentle sea, or walking a sunlit path. Wherever you go, gratitude follows blessing. Each step, each breath, each moment, you notice how easy it is in this place to let go of old stories and worn-out worries. Sleep has a way of loosening the grip of the mind, making space for new beliefs and brighter feelings. You are planting something precious in your heart, something that will flourish in the light of tomorrow. Gratitude is the silent gardener, tending to your wishes while you rest. Imagine that each cell of your body is drinking in this nourishment. Muscles relax. Your breath becomes even slower. Your mind drifts on gentle currents. You surrender to process, trusting that gratitude knows exactly how to grow. No effort is needed. Simply by resting, you are allowing something beautiful to unfold. You begin to sense the promise of the coming day, a hint of light on the horizon, a whisper of hope in the darkness. Roots you have grown tonight will support you tomorrow, making you stronger, more open, more resilient. The more you practice gratitude, the easier it becomes. Its effects accumulate, subtle but powerful, changing the soil of your life from within. There is a quiet joy in knowing that you have nurtured yourself tonight. You have given thanks, offered kindness, and allowed your heart to open. You rest in the assurance that the work continues while you sleep, invisible but real. Gratitude will not vanish with the dawn. It will rise with you, a gentle presence, guiding your day. In the darkness, you surrender even more deeply. Your thoughts slow. Your breath is soft. Your body feels weightless. You trust the process, knowing that every act of appreciation, every moment of gentle noticing has planted something valuable inside you. Roots of gratitude anchor you, hold you, prepare you to receive the blessings of the days to come. You may find that in your dreams, gratitude appears in new forms: a friend's smile, the beauty of nature, the comfort of belonging. These images remind you again and again that you are connected to a world of goodness. Each root is a reminder that you are never alone, always part of something greater. You drift now, deeper and deeper into sleep. The world of dreams opens before you, filled with possibilities shaped by the seeds you planted tonight. You carry with you the gentle certainty that gratitude is at work even when you are unaware. Its roots are growing quietly and powerfully, preparing to bear fruit when you wake. The night deepens, the silence grows richer. You are supported, nourished, and at peace. Gratitude's roots cradle you as you sleep, holding you steady through the mystery of night. There is nothing more to do. Simply rest and trust in the magic unfolding beneath the surface. And as you drift away, you sense that something new is ready to blossom, something you cannot yet see, but can already feel. You rest in this soft darkness, letting gratitude do its quiet work. For now, you are content to wait, to trust, to dream, until the first light of morning hints at the miracles that gratitude has grown while you slept. Soft light tiptoes across your pillow, gentle and unhurried, as if it has been waiting for you. The quiet warmth of morning touches your face, and you begin to wake, not all at once, but in slow, drifting layers. Sleep has not fully left you yet. You linger, warm and weightless beneath your covers, suspended between dreaming and day. In this fragile space, you become aware of a subtle shift inside you, a sweetness, a gentle lightness. First green shoots of something new. Last night, you offered gratitude. You planted thanks like seeds, and watched as their roots grew quietly in the fertile darkness of sleep. Now, as you open your eyes, you sense what those roots have made possible. The world around you seems softer, quieter, more full of gentle possibility. You breathe in the new day and realize gratitude has quietly transformed your heart. Your inner garden has changed shape, and you are ready to receive. Let your awareness drift softly to your body. Notice how your breath moves more freely, how your chest rises with a little more space, how your hands rest easily, unclenched at your side. Gratitude has worked through your sleep like rain on thirsty soil, nourishing, healing, preparing. There's nothing you must do now but receive what morning brings. You listen to the quiet sounds around you, the distant call of a bird, the rustle of curtains, the faint hum of the world outside. Everything seems a little brighter, more welcoming. Even the air has a texture of gentleness. You realize that you are not simply waking up, you are being invited into the day, welcomed by life itself. Remember those small kindnesses you thanked last night. Now, in the soft light of dawn, they blossom into opportunities. You notice the way your mind turns easily toward hope. You sense how the world responds to your inner shift, meeting you with little surprises, unexpected moments of joy, new faces, or new ideas. The habit of gratitude, repeated in the quiet of night, shapes the reality you greet each morning, your eyes slowly moving with intention. Every step out of bed feels softer, easier, as if the floor itself is supporting you. The heaviness of yesterday has lifted. You feel lighter, freer. You understand now that gratitude is not just something you practice. It is something that practices you, shaping your responses, coloring your expectations, guiding you gently toward good things. You move through your morning routine, washing your face, preparing breakfast, opening a window. With each action, you feel a subtle undercurrent of thankfulness. You notice the warmth of water on your skin, the taste of something simple and nourishing. The way sunlight falls in golden stripes across the floor, life feels newly vivid, newly abundant. What once seemed ordinary now feels touched by grace. Pause for a moment and feel the energy moving through you. It is the energy of receiving, open, unafraid, accepting. You are not reaching or grasping, but allowing. You realize that the gifts of life arrive quietly when you create space for them. Your willingness to receive is the soil in which blessings grow. You recall times in your life when you felt undeserving, when you hesitated to accept kindness or doubted the arrival of good things. Now you see those old doubts with compassion. You understand that gratitude has softened them, making room for new patterns. You can receive because you are open. You can be open because you are grateful. As you step into the day, notice the encounters and moments that unfold, a friendly greeting, a problem that dissolves, a moment of laughter, a pause to notice the way light dances on a leaf. Each one is a blossom, evidence that the seeds you planted last night are bearing fruit. The world responds to your open heart with gifts, both big and small. Some so subtle you almost miss them. The law of attraction works quietly, without fanfare. It is not always a sudden miracle, but a gentle unfolding, a kindness returned, a small wish granted, a new idea that drifts in while you are making tea. You do not chase these moments. You simply notice, welcome, and say thank you. You might encounter challenges, to moments of frustration, or tasks that seem heavy. When you do, return to the gentle practice of gratitude. Remember how you let go last night, how you trusted the roots to grow. Breathe, pause, and look for something good. No matter how small, every time you offer thanks, you nourish your inner garden and new possibilities take root. You begin to realize that receiving is not a passive act, it is an art. It is a willingness to be surprised, to be vulnerable, to let go of control and allow life to meet you where you are. It is about noticing the gifts that already surround you, the support of a friend, the beauty in a stranger's eyes, the comfort of your own breath. With practice, receiving becomes as natural as breathing. You learn to expect goodness, not with demand, but with gentle trust. You walk through your day open to small miracles. You notice how others respond to your energy, how kindness flows more easily, how opportunities find their way to your door. What you send out in gratitude, you now receive in return. You may find yourself drawn to offer kindness to others, a gentle word, a small favor, a patient smile. In giving, you find that you receive even more, the joy of connection, the beauty of shared moments. Gratitude creates a cycle, a flow that connects you to the world and to yourself. As the day unfolds, pay attention to the moments that feel especially sweet, unexpected help, favorite song on the radio, the relief of solving a problem, the peace of a quiet moment. Allow yourself to fully receive these experiences, to savor them, to let them nourish you. Each one is a flower, blooming from the roots you nurtured during sleep. When evening comes and you return to your bed, bring these blossoms with you. Let the memories of the day's gifts rest on your heart. Offer thanks as softly as you did last night for every moment that lifted your spirit or eased your path, or preparing the ground again, planting new seeds for the next days. Blessings. You realize now that this is a cycle, a gentle rhythm of giving, receiving, noticing, and thanking. Each night, you root gratitude deep in your being. Each morning, you wake to the quiet miracles it brings. You see your life as a garden, always growing, always changing, always ready for new beauty to unfold. As you lie down again, the world outside grows still. Your heart remembers the softness of the morning, the kindness you received, the gentle surprises that made your day lighter. You feel the energy of gratitude still alive in your chest, ready to send down new roots, ready to blossom again with the coming dawn. In this way, your practice deepens. You become the soil, the gardener, and the blossom you welcome each day as a gift, each night as a chance to rest and renew. The law of attraction you now understand is not about wishing for distant miracles, but about tending gently to your own heart, one breath, one thank you, one small act of receiving at a time. The sun sets, and you prepare once again for sleep. You are at peace, knowing that gratitude will work its quiet magic through the night, opening even more doors for you to walk through in the morning. The cycle continues, roots deepening, flowers blooming, wishes quietly unfolding. You rest, content, ready to receive whatever tomorrow may bring, and as you drift toward sleep, first petals of a new gratitude quietly open within you, hinting at the unseen gifts waiting just beyond the edge of morning. The room is hushed, and the world outside is far away. You rest, wrapped in the quiet darkness, with your body held by the gentle strength of your bed. The day's stories drift at the edge of your mind, insistent at first, then softer, like the tide pulling away. From the shore, here in the deep blue calm of night, you are safe to let go. Begin with a breath. Inhale slowly, feeling your chest gently rise. Exhale, allowing the air to leave your body with a whisper, carrying with it a small weight you no longer need. Your breath moves in gentle waves, and you imagine each exhale as a silent release, a letting go of tension, of cluttered thought, of old emotions that no longer serve your rest. Notice where your body holds tightness. Your jaw, your shoulders, your hands. With every breath, you invite these places to soften. You may let go now, you whisper inside, as if speaking to a friend who has carried too much for too long. Tension melts away, dissolving like sugar in warm tea, leaving behind only gentle warmth and ease. Thoughts may come. Memories of today are long ago, things left undone, things that feel unfinished. See these thoughts as small boats on a gentle river. You watch them pass. You do not have to chase them, nor do you need to climb aboard. Letting go is not forcing thoughts away. It is simply allowing them to float by, trusting they will find their own place downstream. You feel the quiet miracle of surrender. As you soften your grip on what you cannot change, space opens within you. There is no urgency, no race here in this safe darkness. Letting go is a kindness you offer yourself. You sense your mind loosening its hold on worries and expectations. The future is not yet here. The past has already been lived. Now is the only moment you need. Picture your thoughts as leaves caught in a gentle wind. They swirl, they dance, and then they settle softly on the earth, out of your hands. Each leaf carries away a small burden, a regret, a fear, a doubt, so that your heart grows lighter. Unburdened, free to rest. With every release, you grow softer. You feel your back relax into the mattress. Your limbs become heavy and comfortable. Your breath is slow, steady, nurturing. Letting go feels like loosening a knot within your chest. The tightness unravels, the cord slackens, and suddenly there is space for peace to enter. Sometimes worries insist on staying. Old stories replay, looping through the mind. You treat these with gentleness. You do not push them away. You thank them for their protection, their good intentions. You tell them it's okay to rest now. You imagine gathering these thoughts in your hands, holding them tenderly, then setting them gently aside. Letting go is not forgetting. It is allowing yourself to move beyond what no longer serves you. It is making room for comfort, for possibility, for the sweet hush of sleep. You surrender the need to control, the urge to solve every problem before dawn. You remind yourself night is for healing, for dreaming, for being held. You sense your body's gratitude for this release. Your heart beats quietly. Your mind slows. The noise fades. Peace is not something you must chase. It is what rises to greet you once you've let go. In this new space, your spirit finds room to breathe, to imagine, to rest. Visualize yourself in a quiet garden at night. The air is cool, scented with earth and distant flowers. You walk among the trees, carrying a basket filled with old worries, regrets, and things you have outgrown. You stop beneath a gentle tree, whose leaves glimmer in the moonlight, and you empty your basket at its roots. The tree receives these burdens with compassion, turning them into nourishment, into new growth. You walk away lighter, unburdened, your hands open to receive. Sometimes letting go feels like floating weightless and safe. Sometimes it feels like saying goodbye to an old friend. Sometimes it feels like forgiveness for yourself or for others. You give yourself permission to feel whatever rises. If tears come, let them be soft rain, watering the seeds of new beginnings. If relief comes, Let it be a gentle breeze lifting you higher toward sleep. Notice now the gentle quiet that has spread through your body. Each part of you is invited to rest. Your feet, your legs, your hands, your arms, your belly, your chest, your throat, your face. Letting go is the act of giving each part of yourself permission to pause, to heal, to dream that if any tension remains, bring your attention there. With kindness, imagine your breath is a warm light, glowing brighter with each inhale, softening the tightness with each exhale. You do not force release, you invite it patiently, tenderly. Some knots take time to untie, and that's okay. Your willingness is enough. You may recall lessons from the day, moments when you tried and failed, or succeeded and felt joy. You hold these memories with compassion, thanking them for what they taught you. Then, as you exhale, you let them go, like sending ships gently into the night, trusting they will reach their next harbor without your effort. Letting go is not a loss, but a gentle unfolding. It is the opening of the fist, the unclenching of the jaw, the unburdening of the heart. It is allowing the night to cradle you, trusting that everything you need will be waiting when morning comes. You give yourself over to this trust, to this softness, to the possibility that peace is yours. As you drift closer to sleep, you realize that letting go is a gift you give yourself over and over. Every night, you practice this gift with patience and love, knowing it becomes easier with each attempt. Tonight, you honor your effort. Tonight, you give yourself permission to rest. Your thoughts grow quieter. Your breathing is deep and slow. You surrender to the silence, to the comfort, to the promise that you are safe. Letting go is a journey, not a destination. You walk it gently, step by step, breath by breath, releasing a little more with every moment. And as sleep gathers you in its arms, you sense the peace that has been waiting, quiet, patient, always present. You rest in this peace, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. The journey of letting go continues, softer and deeper as dreams begin to blossom. Behind your closed eyes, the night is deeper now. Your room is cloaked in gentle darkness, a hush so profound that even your thoughts move more slowly. The covers are soft against your skin, and your body, having released the burdens of the day, begins to trust the embrace of this hour. You are ready now to enter the soothing waters of surrender. You close your eyes, and with that simple act, you turn inward toward the gentle, secret river that has always run beneath your awareness. The breath you take now is softer, cooler. As you exhale, you imagine every particle of tension melting from your body, dissolving into the quiet around you. In this darkness, nothing is demanded of you. You are not required to achieve, solve, or prove. Here, in the safe cradle of night, you are allowed to simply be. Surrender begins with this allowing, with a soft permission you grant yourself to float unanchored. In the current of the present moment, you picture yourself standing at the edge of a calm, moonlit river. The water is smooth and silent, reflecting the stars above. You step forward and the coolness laps at your toes, then your ankles, then your shins. Each inch you surrender to the water is an inch of worry released. There is no rush. Current is gentle, accepting, patient with your pace. With every slow breath, you sink deeper into the waters. You notice how surrender feels in your body, not as defeat, but as release. The muscles in your shoulders and neck let go of old armor. Your chest expands with the freedom of not having to hold everything so tightly. Even your mind, usually so busy, finds itself soothed by the rhythm of the imaginary river. You float supported. The water beneath you is cool and endless. Above you, the sky is wide and unhurried. For the first time in a long while, you feel safe enough to let yourself drift. There is no danger here. The universe, you sense, is holding you, guiding you along its gentle tide. The voice in your mind that whispers, "But what if?" grows quieter. The need to control outcomes, to plan every detail, softens. You notice that surrender does not require you to abandon your hopes or dreams. Instead, it invites you to trust that the universe is conspiring in your favor. Even when you cannot see the path ahead, you surrender to not knowing. You surrender to mystery. You allow yourself to float into a deeper layer of rest, trusting that what is meant for you will arrive in its own perfect time. You repeat softly to yourself, "I surrender, I trust, I am held." Each repetition is a ripple, sending reassurance through the waters that support you. The river carries away the thoughts that do not serve you, fears about tomorrow, regrets from yesterday, the urge to compare or compete. Watch them drift downstream, growing smaller with distance, until they dissolve entirely in the vastness of night. You notice the difference between resignation and surrender. Resignation is heavy, an act of giving up. Surrender is light, an act of letting go. You do not collapse, you float. You do not lose hope, you open to new hope. There is wisdom in this distinction. You offer yourself forgiveness for times when you confuse the two, when you believe letting go meant abandoning your dreams. Now, you see surrender as an act of trust deep and gentle faith in your own journey. With each breath, you relax. Further, your heart feels safe enough to open just a little. Old resistance softens. The urge to hold on out of fear, habit, or doubt begins to melt away. In its place is a softness, a receptive space where peace can settle. You sense the presence of the universe as a quiet companion. It is not distant or cold, but intimate and warm, surrounding you like the water surrounds your body in the river. You realize you do not have to do this alone. You are part of something vast and loving, and surrender is the bridge that connects you. Let your awareness drift. You notice the gentle sounds of your own breath, the faint beat of your heart, the way your body feels heavier and lighter at once. Surrender is not a moment, but a process of slow immersion that takes time. You are patient with yourself, honoring every small step toward letting go. You imagine the river carrying you past memories, past places where you held on tightly out of hope or fear or need. You see those places with new eyes. You offer them compassion, knowing you did your best. Now, as you float onward, you bless those old versions of yourself and you release them with kindness. The river turns and you float past dreams you have yet to realize. Some are close, shining just beneath the surface. Others are far away, their outlines soft and mysterious. You trust that the current will carry you where you need to go, in the time that is right for you. There is nothing to force, nothing to rush. Surrender allows you to move at the pace of trust. As the water rocks you gently, you remember times when you surrendered before, moments of unexpected peace, moments when letting go led to gifts you could not have imagined. You gather these memories like small, glowing stones, evidence that the act of surrender is not a loss, but a quiet, sacred gain. You bring to mind the parts of your life that still feel knotted or tense. You do not fight them. You do not scold yourself for not letting go fast enough. Instead, you imagine offering these knots to the river, trusting that the water will wear them smooth over time. Surrender is a practice, not a performance. Every breath, every act of trust deepens your capacity to let go. Now, you notice how your thoughts move more slowly, how your body feels even more relaxed. The river holds you, and you hold yourself with patience. The boundaries between you and the world soften. You feel a gentle sense of belonging, being a cherished part of the whole. You become aware that surrender is not emptiness, it is an invitation. By letting go, you make space for new possibilities, for unexpected beauty, for peace to settle into the soil of your life. You trust that what is truly yours cannot be lost, that the river brings to you what is meant. When it is meant, as you float in this gentle current, you offer thanks for the chance to rest, for the safety of night, for the healing power of surrender. You breathe deeply and slowly with reverence for this sacred pause. You sense the boundaries of your body growing diffuse, the river carrying you beyond worry and into a wider field of calm. You notice that even your dreams feel softer, more welcoming. Surrender shapes the landscape of your subconscious, turning anxious thoughts into quiet meadows, worries into gentle streams. You allow yourself to trust, knowing that you are always guided, always supported, always loved. You rest in this space, open and unguarded, knowing that letting go does not diminish you. It restores you, it reconnects you to your own spirit, to the silent wisdom that flows beneath the surface of things. In this final moment before sleep overtakes you, you whisper again, I surrender, I trust, I am held. The words ripple through the river, returning to you with quiet strength. Current is gentle, the night is deep. You are safe in the waters of surrender, floating between this day and the next, wrapped in peace. And as you drift toward dreams, the soothing tide carries you onward toward even greater softness, deeper trust, and the promise of a new beginning just beyond the horizon. You drift here in the deep, silent waters of night, where your body is soft and your mind is open. Current of surrender has carried you far from the anxious shores of waking life. Here, you are held not by effort or control, but by the freedom that comes when you truly let go. There is no weight in your chest now, no tension in your jaw, no tightness behind your eyes. With each breath, you notice the space you've created inside yourself, a gentle spaciousness that feels both new An ancient, you sense the subtle energy that fills this space. A kind of lightness that pulses in time with your steady heart. You picture yourself floating effortlessly in a gentle moonlit sea. The water is cool and soft, lifting you upward, holding every curve of your body above you. The sky is vast and clear, dusted with stars. There is nothing here to hold onto, nothing to fight or chase. You are buoyed by trust and acceptance. Each breath a gentle invitation to relax even more deeply. This is what freedom feels like. You can sense it in your bones, in the way your muscles rest, in the warmth that spreads through your core. It is the freedom of not needing to know what comes next, of allowing life to unfold as it will, of trusting that you are always exactly where you are meant to be. Let your thoughts float. Untethered, if a memory surfaces, let it drift away again. Gentle and unhurried, if a wish arises, you offer it to the night, trusting that the universe will hold it for you. If an old worry tries to return, you greet it with kindness. Then watch as it dissolves into the water. Here, nothing can cling to you for long. You are too light to free. The universe feels close in this place. You feel its rhythm in the pulse. Your heart, its quiet promise in the way the air moves around you. You realize, with a growing sense of wonder, that you are a part of this vastness, a single, irreplaceable thread in the endless tapestry of being. In surrendering, you have not lost yourself, but found your place in something greater. Sleepiness grows, spreading through your limbs like soft golden light. Your breathing is slow, even, comforting. The outside world is far away, its demands faded to a distant hum. You have entered a sanctuary made of your own willingness to let go. Here, you can rest without fear of missing out, without the need to perform or prove. You are enough. Simply by being. Freedom, you realize, is not the absence of responsibility. It is the presence of trust, the willingness to flow with life, to meet each moment with openness, to surrender to the unknown and discover your own strength in this freedom. You are not untethered from life, but deeply connected to its flow. You are both carried and carrying, both supported and supportive, both held and holding. Allow yourself to imagine what tomorrow might bring without attachment or expectation. You see possibilities drifting in the darkness, new opportunities, gentle surprises, a sense of renewal. You trust that, having let go, you have made space for good things to arrive. The future feels less daunting, more like a series of open doors than a wall to climb. If doubts appear, you notice them as passing clouds, unable to linger in the bright air of your freedom. You breathe and they dissolve. If old patterns tug, you smile softly, knowing that you have learned a new way of being. Letting go is now your strength, your nightly act of courage, your pathway to peace. You feel gratitude for the freedom you have discovered. It is not grand or dramatic, but quiet, steady, and deep. You thank yourself for every small act of trust, for each breath, each gentle release, each moment of softness you allowed. These are the roots of your new freedom, and they will support you long after tonight. The stars above you shine brighter now, as if in celebration. The sea cradles you, your dreams hover nearby, waiting to guide you gently through the hours ahead. You are open to their messages, to the healing they bring, to the quiet revelations that arise when you are safe enough to listen. As you drift, you imagine your spirit as light, as mist, able to rise, to drift, to expand into the night. You sense your boundaries fading, your worries falling away, your heart beating in time with the universe. You are free in every sense of the word, free to love, to hope, to rest, to imagine. This is your nightly gift, the freedom of floating, the peace of surrender, the promise that letting go does not end anything, but allows everything to begin anew. You carry this wisdom with you even as you sleep, trusting that it will blossom into new courage and deeper peace when the morning returns. As the current of sleep pulls you deeper, you know that you can return to this place, this gentle freedom, anytime you need. It is yours to visit, yours to inhabit, yours to claim as often as you wish. The act of letting go, practiced night after night, becomes a quiet revolution within you. In the silence of this final moment, you feel the truth settle in your bones. You are safe, you are held, and you are free. There is nothing you must do now but rest. Sleep gathers you, tender and sure, and you surrender to its care. You are floating, unburdened, at peace, carried by trust, guided by a loving universe. Free to dream without limits in the quiet arms of night. Night falls softly, like a velvet curtain lowering gently over the world. The familiar shapes of the day blur at the edges, and your room becomes a sanctuary, a place apart from worry, apart from striving. Here, You settle into comfort, feeling the support of your bed beneath you, the gentle embrace of your blankets, the hush of air around your skin. It is here, in this gentle darkness, that the first seeds of abundance begin to stir. You let your eyes drift closed, surrendering to the quiet. Each slow breath draws you deeper, loosening the threads of the day's busy thoughts. In this silence, you sense a subtle presence, a kind of fullness that exists just beneath the surface of things. It is as if the universe itself is waiting, holding out invisible hands, inviting you to open to more. Abundance is not far away, not hidden or rare. It is all around you, woven into every soft sound and comforting shadow. You feel it in the gentle weight of your body, in the rhythm of your breathing, in the security of this small, safe space. You begin to notice the richness of simple things, the warmth beneath your covers, the coolness on your cheek, the quiet pulse of your heart. You let your mind wander back through the day, searching not for what was missing, but for what was plentiful. Perhaps there was a smile, a kind word, a meal that filled your hunger, or a moment when sunlight touched your face. These are the everyday treasures of abundance, easy to overlook, but immeasurably valuable when you pause to notice. Tonight, you invite these memories to return, to fill you up, to remind you that you are already surrounded by more than enough. As you recall these moments, you feel gratitude blooming quietly inside you. It is a warmth that grows with every breath, soft and steady, like a candle flame that refuses to go out. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the door to abundance. The more you allow yourself to feel thankful, the more you notice just how much you already have. You picture the concept of abundance as a gentle stream that flows through your life. Sometimes it is wide and rushing, sometimes just a thin trickle, but it never truly disappears. Even on days when you feel empty or alone, this stream continues beneath the surface, waiting for you to turn toward it, to dip your hands into its cool, refreshing current. In the quiet of night, you allow the stream to widen. You imagine it flowing through your heart, clearing away old fears and doubts about what you deserve. You feel it washing over worries about scarcity, about whether there will be enough love, enough money, enough time. You let those worries go, releasing them into the water, watching as they are carried away on the current. In their space opens within you, a soft, receptive place where new blessings can settle. You remind yourself, abundance is not a competition. There is no need to compare your life to anyone else's. No need to measure your worth by someone else's standard. What is meant for you will find you. The gifts of the universe are as unique and personal as the sound of your breath. As the beat of your heart, you become aware of the abundance that already fills your world. There is the abundance of air, limitless, sustaining, always available. There is the abundance of time, the chance to begin again with every sunrise. There is the abundance of kindness, tiny gestures, soft words, smiles exchanged with strangers or loved ones. There's the abundance of beauty, the shifting colors of the sky, the patterns of light and shadow, the miracle of your own body at rest. You reflect on all the ways that abundance appears, sometimes disguised as small things, a friend who listens, a moment of laughter, the sensation of stretching after a long day. You realize that wealth is not only what can be counted or measured, but what is felt: softness, comfort, connection, possibility. The universe is patient. It does not rush or force. It waits for you to be ready to open your hands, your heart, your mind. You notice that when you are tense or fearful, your hands are clenched, your thoughts are tight. When you relax, when you let go of worry, your hands open, your heart softens, and abundance can pour in like gentle rain. You recall times when you have blocked abundance, perhaps out of doubt or a sense of unworthiness, or a belief that there is not enough to go around. Tonight, you choose differently. Tonight, you decide to become a vessel, open and willing, ready to receive the good that is meant for you. You whisper to yourself, I am ready for abundance. I am open to receive. I am enough. You imagine that every breath you take is a message to the universe, a gentle signal that you are ready for blessings to flow. With each inhale, you draw in possibility. With each exhale, you release the old story of lack. The air becomes thicker with promise, shimmering around you like morning sunlight on water. You let yourself rest in this feeling, trusting that you do not have to chase abundance. Or do you have to prove that you are worthy? You are worthy simply because you exist. The universe delights in filling your cup, in sending you gifts both expected and surprising. You allow yourself to trust this, to believe in it, even if only for tonight. If your mind wanders wanders to thoughts of what is missing, you greet those thoughts with kindness. You acknowledge them, then gently guide your attention back to what is here. Now the breath in your lungs, the beating of your heart, the safety of your room, the soft darkness all around. This is enough. This is abundance. You consider the possibility that every wish you have ever sent out is still circling, waiting for its moment to land. You picture those wishes as dandelion seeds drifting on a warm breeze. You do not need to chase them. You simply need to create a landing place, a heart open, a spirit trusting, a mind at rest. That as you settle more deeply into sleep, you realize that abundance is not about the things you possess, but about the openness with which you greet each day. It is about your willingness to notice beauty, to accept kindness, to give and receive love. It is about your readiness to believe that good things are possible. The night grows quieter still. Your breath is steady, your body soft. In this peaceful darkness, you feel the first stirrings of a new story, a story in which you are never lacking, never alone, never outside the circle of plenty. The universe is generous. Life is generous. You are generous with yourself, allowing yourself the gift of rest, of ease, of trust. That you drift on this feeling, letting it carry you toward sleep. You sense abundance settling over you like a soft blanket wrapping you in possibility. The worries of the day fall away, replaced by a quiet confidence that you are taken care of, that there is enough for you, always. As you slip into dreams, you take this feeling with you, a silent invitation to plenty, a gentle belief in the fullness of your life. The universe is waiting, your hands are open, your heart is ready, you are enough. You are ready to receive. And as you drift into the tender arms of sleep, the quiet promise of abundance whispers, there is more to come. The world outside your window is hushed, a deep velvet night wrapping every living thing in stillness. You settle further into your bed, noticing the subtle comfort of your body as it sinks into the mattress, the gentle weight of your blanket, the rhythm of your breath. Each moment as you draw in air and let it go, the present unfolds itself before you, quiet, ordinary, miraculous. Tonight, you turn your attention to the art of receiving, not the kind of receiving that asks or demands, but the quiet kind, the kind that notices what is already being offered here and now. In the simple act of being alive, you let your senses guide you, the coolness of the air, the faint scent of night, the gentle pulse beneath your skin. Each is a gift given freely, asking nothing in return. You remind yourself that true abundance is always found in the present moment. It is not a goal to chase or a prize to earn, but a gentle awareness, an openness to the world as it is. As your thoughts drift, you gently guide them back again and again to what is here now. The more you practice this presence, the richer your life becomes. You think of the things that have appeared in your day, almost unnoticed, a smile from a stranger, the taste of your favorite food, the softness of a familiar shirt, the way sunlight touched the leaves. These are the universe's small offerings, tokens of care scattered across your path. You imagine gathering them into a basket, holding them up to the light of your attention, allowing yourself to feel the fullness they bring. If your mind pulls you toward longing, toward things not yet yours, wishes not yet answered, you pause, you breathe. You notice how longing pulls you out of the present, out of the soft lap of now. You remind yourself, everything begins here. All the seeds of your dreams are planted in this quiet soil, this moment where you simply exist. You begin to see abundance in the space around you. The silence is not empty, it is full of possibility, full of gentle support. The darkness is not lonely, it is the soft canvas upon which your dreams can unfold. Even your breath feels abundant, an endless wellspring that rises and falls, giving you what you need without effort or demand. With each breath, you invite yourself to receive. You let your hands rest, palms open as if to signal to the universe, I am here, I am ready. You do not have to know what gifts will come, nor do you have to force their arrival. You are simply present, simply open, simply willing. You practice gratitude for these gifts, no matter how small. Gratitude is a magnet, drawing more goodness toward you. But tonight you are not grateful in order to attract more. You are grateful because you recognize how rich your life already is. This recognition is a kind of alchemy, turning the ordinary into gold. You recall a moment from your day, a moment when you felt seen or cared for or safe. You let that memory expand in your mind, feeling it in your chest, your belly, your whole body. You let gratitude for this moment linger, knowing it is proof that you are not alone in the world. The universe is always finding ways to love you, to support you, to offer you abundance in unexpected forms. If you feel resistance, if a part of you doubts your worthiness to receive, you offer a gentleness, not blame. You place a comforting hand on your heart and say softly, I am allowed to have good things. I am allowed to feel blessed. I am allowed to receive. You repeat these words as often as you need until the resistance softens, until a small space opens for hope to enter. You remember that receiving is not passive. It is a quiet, courageous act. It takes trust to allow yourself to be cared for, to let go of control, to believe that you are worthy of good things. With each breath, you deepen your trust in yourself, in the world, in the quiet intelligence of life that always provides. Even when you do not see how, you turn your attention to the people who have shown you kindness, the moments when help appeared unbidden, the ways in which life has surprised you with gentle abundance. You send silent gratitude to all those who have been part of your story, all the hands that have lifted you, all the voices that have soothed or cheered you. You let this gratitude expand, filling your heart with a soft glow that radiates outward, connecting you to everyone and everything. You allow yourself to feel the fullness of now, the fullness of being alive, of breathing, of sensing. You marvel at the complexity of your body, the orchestration of millions of cells working in harmony, all so you can lie here and rest. You let awe take the place of worry. You let wonder take the place of lack. As you rest in this awareness, you realize you do not have to earn abundance. It is not a test or a contest. You are worthy because you exist. The universe does not withhold its gifts, but waits patiently for you to open your hands, your mind, your heart. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be to receive the blessings that are meant for you. You picture the present moment as a garden, lush and overflowing, filled with flowers and fruit and beauty beyond measure. You are free to wander here, to taste and touch and enjoy. There is no gatekeeper, no barrier. The only key required is your willingness to notice, to accept, to receive. You rest deeper, feeling your body grow heavier as after, more comfortable. The abundance of now is not something you must chase. It is something you return to again and again. Each time you remember to breathe, each time you allow yourself to pause and look around. If your mind wanders to the future, to dreams and goals and plans, you gently thank it for its hopefulness. You promise your dreams that you will tend to them in the morning, but for now, you are content to rest in the fullness of this moment. You are content to receive what is here, now, without striving or longing. You remind yourself that every night is a new invitation, a new chance to discover the gifts that are waiting for you. You trust that the universe will provide, that your needs will be met, that you are supported in ways both seen and unseen. This trust allows you to relax, to let go, to rest. As sleep approaches, you feel gratitude settling into your bones, anchoring you in comfort and peace. The world is generous. Life is generous. You are generous with yourself, allowing this quiet time to be enough. You know that when you wake, you will carry this awareness with you, the ability to notice, to receive, to live from a sense of enoughness. But for now, you rest, open and willing, a vessel ready for every blessing that may come. As your breath grows slower, as your body melts into the mattress, you sense the quiet joy of receiving, simple, pure, and endlessly abundant. You are here. You are enough. You are ready. And the gifts of the universe gather softly around you, waiting to be discovered. In the gentle presence of now, the night deepens. All around you, your room is quiet, the world outside, wrapped in its own hush of dreams. The gifts of the day and of your gentle awareness have gathered within you a quiet treasury, invisible but unmistakable, as real as the steady beating of your heart. In this moment, you sense abundance not as a thing you possess, but as a living wellspring. Always flowing, always ready to overflow. You rest with the feeling of fullness. Every cell in your body seems to vibrate with quiet gratitude, a sense of enoughness that is not boastful or loud, but humble and true. You understand now, in the deep hush of night, that the universe does not measure wealth by what you hold tightly, but by how freely love and goodness can move through you. You breathe in, drawing in the peace of now. You breathe out, letting go of any last traces of worry, tension, or comparison. Each exhale is a gentle gift, a soft letting go, a way of making space for what is to come. You realize with a sleepy smile that this cycle of receiving and releasing, this rhythm of giving and gathering is the true heartbeat of abundance. You picture abundance as a gentle spring, In the earth, bubbling up through rock and soil, finding its way into the world. You imagine yourself beside this spring, hands cupped, receiving the cool, clear water. You drink deeply. It refreshes you, fills you, calms you, and then, almost naturally, you watch yourself offer some of the water to others, perhaps a thirsty traveler, a growing flower, even a passing bird. The spring does not run dry, it only flows more freely as each gift returns to the source. Your thoughts turn to giving. Giving does not require great gestures or grand sacrifices. It is as soft as a smile, as simple as a kind word, as effortless as listening. When you give from the overflow, when you allow your own fullness to spill into the lives of others, you discover that abundance multiplies. The more you give, the more you find to share. Tonight, you let your heart open to small possibilities. You remember a time when someone's kindness surprised you, a moment of help, a gesture that lingered long after it passed. You realize that such moments create ripples, expanding out into the world, reaching people you may never know. The quiet acts of giving that begin in your heart tonight can travel farther than you can imagine. You do not have to plan how you will give. You simply intend it, holding in your heart the wish that your presence brings comfort. Your words bring hope. Your touch brings reassurance. The universe notices these intentions, even in your sleep, and finds ways to use your open heart. As you rest, you send out silent blessings to friends, to family, to strangers whose paths may cross yours. You bless the hands that work while you sleep, the nurses, the drivers, the dreamers. You bless the creatures of the night, the growing trees, the distant stars. Your blessings are a quiet current, gentle and invisible, but powerful in their reach. You recall that abundance is not a stagnant pool, but a flowing river. When you hoard it, the water grows still. When you let it move, it stays fresh, alive, and clean. You are part of this movement, a conduit for all the gifts life brings. You allow your gratitude to flow outward, unforced and natural, trusting that it will return in its own time, in its own way. You imagine tomorrow and the days beyond, carrying this softness with you. You see yourself noticing small needs, offering gentle help, listening deeply. You are not drained by giving, you are replenished. Your own well growing deeper each time you pour from it. You understand now that true wealth is never lost by sharing. It is instead revealed. If you find yourself longing for more, you do not scold or shame yourself. You offer compassion. And remember that the universe is generous, that more will come when you are ready to receive it. You notice how much you already have: comfort, time, the safety of this bed, the warmth of your breath, the possibility of tomorrow. You rest in this awareness, body growing heavier and mind lighter. You sense your heart beating quietly, as if in gratitude for the day. You let your breath grow slower, softer, more rhythmic. The simple act of breathing in and out feels like a prayer, one of thanks and one of hope. In this peaceful state, you remember that even your dreams are a form of giving. You send out hopes, visions, gentle wishes, perhaps for yourself, perhaps for others, perhaps for a world made kinder and more abundant by your presence. Your subconscious listens, carrying these intentions into the fertile ground of sleep, where they will take root and blossom in ways you may never fully understand. The cycle of abundance continues. You receive, you rest, you give, you grow. There is no endpoint, only an endless return. As you drift toward sleep, you let go of counting or measuring. You trust that enough is always available. You trust that you are enough, and that your gifts, however quiet, however small, are precious. The world is vast, the night is long, and in the softness of this moment, you are an unbroken thread in the great weaving of life, a giver, a receiver, a resting soul. You let this truth fill you, not with pride or urgency, but with quiet joy. You are a spring of abundance, a heart that gives and gathers, a gentle light in the darkness. As sleep enfolds you, you know you are part of the world's quiet miracles. You breathe, you rest. You let go, and in the giving back, you find yourself even more full. Let the gifts you have gathered spill over into dreams. Let your blessings return to you, doubled and transformed. And let your spirit float in the gentle rhythm of abundance, receiving, giving, resting forever and always in the deep, healing quiet of night. Night has woven its gentle hush around you. The world outside grows distant and soft. The usual chorus of day voices, laughter, questions, the whirring machinery of life now slips into silence, replaced by a rhythm slower than your heartbeat, deeper than your thoughts. This is the quiet time, the sacred pause between one day and the next, when your heart's true voice is easiest to hear. You lie still, sensing the gentle weight of blankets, comfort of your own familiar bed. It feels as though the world is holding you, a nest made of warmth and safety. Your mind begins to settle. Each breath you take is a lullaby, rocking you deeper into yourself. You are not in a rush. There's nowhere you need to go, nothing to fix or chase or prove. Tonight, you are here simply to listen to the soft, steady call of your heart. You remember now. The longing for love is not a weakness or a flaw. It is as natural as your body's need for sleep, as real as the breath that moves in and out of you. Without effort, this longing is gentle, persistent, and wise. It is a quiet music that plays beneath the surface of your days. It does not demand, but invites. It does not wound, but opens. You place a hand lightly over your chest, feeling the warmth beneath your palm. There, your heart pulses quiet but unstoppable, a lantern that glows in the darkness. With every beat, it calls out, I am here. I am ready for love. This is not a plea, but a promise. You begin to trust this call, to honor it with your attention, to let it be heard. As you listen, memories drift through you, moments when you felt truly seen, even if just for a heartbeat. Times when you gave or received kindness with no expectation, glimpses of laughter, of shared glances, of gentle touch. You realize that love, in all its forms, has been woven through your life already. Even in the loneliest times, love has found its way to you through the caring words of a friend, the trust of a pet, comfort of your own body resting after a long day. Tonight, you decide to tend this love within you. You do not need to search the world for it or beg for it from others. You simply turn inward, like a flower opening to the sun. You notice the warmth that rises in your chest as you remember moments of affection, of understanding, of joy. You let that warmth spread, a soft radiance that fills your entire being. You say to yourself, quietly and without rush, I am worthy of love. I am lovable. I am open to love. These words are not spells to force the universe's hand, but gentle reminders to yourself. With each repetition, the truth of them sinks deeper, winding itself around the roots of your heart. You begin to imagine your heart as a quiet room filled with gentle light. In this room, you are safe to feel, to hope, to dream. You are safe to wish for connection, for belonging, for care. The walls are soft, the air is gentle, and you are free from judgment. You wander through this room, exploring its corners. You find old wounds here, yes, times when love was withheld, when kindness was scarce, and words were sharp. You do not hide from these memories. Instead, you greet them with softness, knowing that even hurt is part of your longing. Your longing. You breathe deeply, sending comfort into every shadowed corner. You say, I forgive myself for believing I was unworthy. I forgive the past for its lessons. I allow myself to begin again. You linger in this forgiveness, letting it melt the tension in your chest, the weight on your shoulders, the tightness in your jaw. As you rest, you sense a quiet promise forming within you. You will care for your own heart. No matter who comes or goes from your life, you will cherish your own company. You will speak gently to yourself. In this way, you prepare the ground for love to grow, watering it with kindness, nourishing it with hope. You notice how, when you soften toward yourself, the world softens in return. The universe is not harsh or indifferent, but always seeking ways to meet you in your longing. You imagine yourself as a beacon glowing softly in the night, sending out a gentle signal. I am here. I am open. I am ready to receive and give love. You do not have to know who will answer this call, or when, or how. Your only task tonight is to tend the signal, to keep the light burning, to trust that it will be seen. The universe responds to quiet intention, not to force, not to desperation, but to the simple act of holding space for what you desire. You let your breath grow slower, more rhythmic. Each inhale is a gathering in of love's possibility. Each exhale, a release of fear, of impatience, of doubt. The night air seems to shimmer with promise, as if the world is holding its breath with you, waiting to see what will unfold. You remind yourself that love takes many forms. It may arrive as friendship, as laughter, as a deep sense of belonging to the world. It may come in quiet moments when you feel the earth beneath your feet, when you care for a plant or an animal, when you listen deeply to another's story. It may come unexpectedly in the smile of a stranger, in a sudden moment of clarity, in the comfort you offer yourself when no one else is near. You do not rush this process. Like seeds in the dark earth, love needs time to sprout, to reach upward, to blossom. Your role tonight is to prepare the soil, to trust the quiet work happening beneath the surface. Every act of kindness, every gentle thought, every moment of hope is a way of turning the soil, watering the roots, making space for new growth. You imagine yourself surrounded by a soft field of light, a gentle energy that extends beyond your body. This light is your heart's quiet call, traveling outward on the currents of the night. You trust that somewhere someone is listening, someone whose own heart echoes your longing. You do not have to seek them. The universe is already arranging. The meeting, the gentle crossing of paths, the moment when two lights recognize each other in the dark. You rest deeper, allowing your mind to drift. You dream of love not as a thing to be owned, but as an energy that flows through you, around you, between you and the world. You are not empty, not waiting to be filled, but already whole, already radiant. Love does not complete you, it reveals what was within you all along. You give thanks for the love you have known, for the love you feel now, for the love that is on its way to you. Gratitude softens your heart even further, making you a magnet for every gentle blessing. You trust that you are seen, that you are cherished, that you are worthy not because of anything you do, but because of who you are. As sleep draws near, you make a quiet vow to tend to your own heart first, to speak kindly to yourself, to believe in love even when it seems far away. You trust that every longing is heard, every wish carried on the night breeze, every dream of connection gently nurtured by the universe. You drift, safe in the knowledge that love is both the call and the answer, the longing and the fulfillment. You are never alone. Your heart's quiet call is always met by the world, by others, by your own caring presence. And as you slide into dreams, the soft light within you glows ever brighter, a beacon for love now and always in the gentle, endless night. Night has deepened, drawing you further into the soft, hidden rooms of yourself. The world outside your window is a hush of cool air and distant stars, but inside, you find warmth, the kind of warmth that comes not from blankets or bodies, but from gentle self-acceptance. This is the hour when you are invited to meet yourself, exactly as you are, without armor, without judgment, without the need to explain or defend. You are enough. Right now, you begin with a breath, slow and deliberate. As air moves in, you notice how your body rises to receive it, as if your heart itself were opening a door. As you exhale, you feel your muscles loosen, your shoulders drop, your jaw unclench. There is a kindness even in this your body, your oldest companion, always caring for you, always ready to relax and let go. You picture yourself as a small child, tender, wide-eyed, hopeful. Imagine this child standing before you, holding out their hands, not in fear, but in trust. What would you say to them? How would you greet them? You see now that the child is you, still living within you, still hoping for gentle words and patient care. You kneel before the small self, heart open. You are safe here, you whisper, your voice a caress. You are welcome, you belong. You notice the way relief softens your chest, the way your breath eases when you speak kindly to yourself. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to have all the answers. Your only job tonight is to meet yourself with compassion. Memories drift in like autumn leaves on a still pond, moments when you felt alone, misunderstood, left out. Perhaps old wounds ache, stories replay, doubts arise. You do not turn away. You invite these memories to sit beside you, to be held in the quiet light of your acceptance. I see you, you say. I understand. I forgive. Your compassion is not a quick fix, but a gentle presence, a willingness to keep company with your own pain. You remember times when you judged yourself harshly, expected more, wished you were different. You remember words you've spoken to yourself that you would never say to a friend. Tonight, you choose a new story. You become your own friend, your own caretaker, your own gentle advocate. I am learning, you say softly. I am growing. I am worthy of kindness even when I make mistakes. You let forgiveness move through you, slow as honey, sweet and golden. You forgive yourself for not knowing, for not being able to do more, for the ways you tried and stumbled and tried again. You forgive yourself for all the times you looked outside for love, when what you needed was a moment of self-acceptance. Each act of forgiveness softens a tight knot inside you, making space for something new to grow. You place your hands over your heart, feeling its steady beat. Thank you, you say, just for the things you've done well, but for surviving, for trying, for loving and longing and hoping even when it was hard. You honor your journey, not just the bright chapters, but the dark ones too. In the dark, after all, seeds take root. You notice the gentle miracle of your own presence. You have been with yourself through every joy, every loss, every dream, and disappointment. You are your own most loyal companion. Tonight, you honor that companionship, letting it become the soil for deeper self-love. In this space, you remember that compassion is not indulgence or laziness. It is the foundation for growth. When you treat yourself with kindness, you create the safety needed to risk, to stretch, to bloom. You are not finished growing. Even close, you are living, breathing, becoming a work of art in progress. With your patience and praise, you begin to imagine all the ways self-love can change your life. How might your days be different if you spoke gently to yourself each morning? How might your relationships shift if you believe deep down that you deserve to be cherished? How might your dreams grow if you were your own biggest supporter? You smile at the possibilities, feeling hope bubble up like spring water. You remind yourself that self-love is not selfish. The more you fill your own cup, the more love you have to offer the world. The more you forgive yourself, the easier it becomes to forgive others. The more you see your own beauty, the more you recognize beauty in everyone you meet. Love expands, ever outward from the center of your being. If all doubts return, voices saying you are not enough, that you must earn or prove your worth, you acknowledge them with gentle curiosity. I hear you, you say, but tonight I choose love. You thank these voices for trying to protect you, and then you release them. Trusting that compassion is stronger than fear, you rest deeper, letting the night cradle you. Your breath grows slower, your thoughts softer. You are wrapped in a cocoon of acceptance, a nest of warmth and safety built from your own gentle care. Every cell in your body seems to hum with gratitude. Each beat of your heart a small act of self-love. You imagine that, as you rest, you are planting seeds of kindness within yourself. With each breath, each gentle thought, each act of forgiveness, these seeds take root. In time, they will grow into blossoms of confidence, trees of self-respect, fields of joy. For now, it is enough to rest, to tend the soil, to trust the process. You let your mind wander through memories of kindness, times when you offered a hand, listened patiently, forgave another's faults. You realize you have always known how to be gentle. Tonight you simply turn that gentleness inward. You remember that everyone is learning, everyone is carrying hidden burdens. Everyone is worthy of love. You include yourself in that circle, holding yourself with the same patience you would offer a dear friend. Sleep comes closer, curling around you like a cat. The world is still, the night is long, and you are safe. Your heart is a lantern, your compassion the gentle flame inside. You trust that as you love yourself more, you will become a beacon for love in all its forms, romantic, friendly, familial, universal. You end tonight not with a grand resolution, but with a quiet promise to meet yourself with kindness again and again, as often as it takes. To choose compassion when judgment is easy, forgiveness when regret lingers, or when despair calls. You will be your own home, your own gentle guide, your own first love. And as you drift into sleep, you feel your heart growing lighter, your dreams brighter. Love is not something you have to earn. Love is what you already are. You rest in that truth, warm and whole, trusting that everything you desire will find its way to you in perfect time. On a gentle tide of compassion, night deepens all around, and your body sinks into a softness that feels infinite, a cradle of silence and possibility. The world is hushed, but inside your heart there is a quiet anticipation, a gentle readiness, as if the air itself is expectant with the promise of something beautiful. You rest with your hands open, your heart calm and clear, the hard work of longing set gently aside. This is the moment when intention becomes invitation, and all you must do is welcome what's to come. You recall the way you have prepared yourself through kindness, forgiveness, gentle tending of your own heart. Every night has brought you closer to this place where you no longer chase love, but allow it. You trust the process. You trust yourself. The work is done. Now you are simply present. Lighthouse shining softly in the dark, trusting that what is meant for you is already on its way. You breathe deeply, slowly. Each inhale a way of drawing the universe closer. Each exhale a quiet surrender. You notice how your body feels at rest, no tension, no grasping, just a gentle readiness. Your heart is a door, wide and welcoming. You are not waiting with impatience, but with a peaceful curiosity. You know that love in its many forms is as inevitable as sunrise. All you have to do is remain open. You begin to imagine the feeling of love arriving, quiet, gentle, unhurried. It does not burst through the door, but knocks softly, waits patiently, steps in with grace. You picture yourself rising to meet it. sweet ease of knowing you're cherished just as you are, you let this feeling grow, painting it in colors and textures, the softness of a hand in yours, the warmth of a shared glance, the laughter that bubbles up from nowhere, the silence that feels safe and alive. You welcome the idea that love can arrive in ways you do not expect through a new friend, a renewed bond, a sudden recognition in the eyes of a stranger. That how is not yours to control, your job is only to remain open. You release any last fragments of urgency. If worries arise, will it happen when? How will I know? You treat them gently, you thank your mind for its vigilance, and then you set those questions aside like stones at the edge of a garden. You rest in the wisdom that the universe is always working, always listening, always guiding you toward what is right for you. You sense that the space around you is alive with possibility. Every night is a portal, every dream a messenger. You trust that even as you sleep, the currents of life are moving, drawing you closer to love, orchestrating meetings, planting seeds you cannot yet see. You let yourself relax into this mystery, trusting that the universe is a master of timing. You recall moments when love arrived unexpectedly, a sudden connection, a meaningful conversation, a letter that arrived at the perfect time. You smile at the memory, realizing that you were never truly alone, never forgotten. Love finds a way, sometimes through people, sometimes through experiences, sometimes through the simple realization that you are loved by life itself. You allow yourself to feel chosen, not because you are flawless or extraordinary, but because you are simply yourself, open, present enough. You let the feeling of being wanted, cherished, and celebrated settle into your bones, as natural as breath, as steady as your heartbeat. You do not need to perform or impress, you only need to welcome what is yours. If old doubts arise, am I truly ready, truly deserving? You meet them with kindness, not argument. You remember that readiness is not perfection, readiness is simply willingness, the willingness to let love in, to risk a new beginning, to believe in your own worth. You remind yourself that the universe is patient, and so can you be. You dream of all the ways love might appear, a call, a message, an invitation. A gentle realization that the love you seek has been growing quietly all along, waiting for you to notice. You imagine yourself recognizing love not only in another's eyes, but in your own reflection. In the way your life feels softer, lighter, more whole, you offer gratitude, not only for the love to come, but for the journey that brought you here for. Every lesson, every longing, every act of self-kindness that has softened your heart and cleared your path. You rest in appreciation, knowing that gratitude itself is a beacon, light that guides love home. As sleep draws near, you let go. You trust that the work is done, that you have made yourself a welcoming place for love. You surrender to the unknown, letting the universe carry your hopes like lanterns into the night. You trust that what is meant for you cannot be lost, that the love you desire is making its way toward you, slow and sure. Your heart remains open. A quiet invitation, you rest in the glow of possibility, content, unhurried. The night is long and generous, dreams whirl gently in the dark. You are ready for love's arrival, and you trust that, in its own time, it will find you softly, sweetly, perfectly. And as you drift into sleep, you whisper to the universe, I am here, I am open, I am ready. The answer is silence, deep and warm, full of every promise you could ever need. The night unfolds like a velvet blanket, soft and deep, settling over your world with patient tenderness. The air is cool, still, and quiet. It feels as if all of nature is taking a long, easy breath. You are safe here. The pace of life slows, and your body, tired from carrying so much, from trying so hard, finally has permission to rest. You sink into your bed, feeling the gentle cradle of mattress and pillow, the embrace of darkness, the soft hush that wraps itself around you. As you close your eyes, the gentle dark becomes a sanctuary, a hidden garden where the noise of the day cannot follow. Here, in this sacred space between waking and dreaming, you become aware of the things you've been carrying, not the things you hold in your hands, but the burdens that cling to your heart and mind. Old expectations, worn out regrets, restless fears, they drift beside you now, like shadows on the wall, familiar perhaps, but not necessary. For so long, you have walked with these weights, some were given to you by others, their hopes, their judgments, their disappointments handed to you before you could understand. Some you picked up yourself, believing they were part of who you needed to be. And some are simply memories, old echoes of pain that once kept you safe, but now only tire you. Tonight, as the world quiets, you are invited to notice these burdens not judgment, but with gentle curiosity. You do not need to analyze or fix them. You simply acknowledge, yes, I have carried these things. Yes, they have been heavy. Yes, I have survived. With your next breath, imagine you are standing in a field at night. The moon is high, casting a gentle silver light. The grass beneath your feet is soft and cool. You look down and see a satchel or backpack slung over your shoulder, filled with stones, each one representing an old expectation, a regret, a fear, a duty you no longer need. The bag has been with you for so long that it almost feels like a part of you. But tonight, you pause, you shift the weight on your shoulders, noticing how it tugs at your body. You ask yourself softly, what do I carry that I do not need anymore? Which burdens belong to a past version of myself, not the person I am now? One by one, you reach into the bag and lift out the stones. Perhaps you feel the roughness of should have done more, or the coldness of what if I fail, or the wait if I'm not enough. You hold each stone for a moment, honoring the lesson it once offered. Some of these burdens protected you, some taught you strength, some shaped your story. But none are needed now, not here, not tonight. You place each stone on the ground, one after another, in the quiet moonlight. There is no rush. You may whisper a thank you, or simply breathe, feeling the lightness grow in your body with each stone you set down. Your shoulders relax, your heart beats a little easier. You are not erasing your story, just choosing not to carry it all at once. In the soft darkness, you realize that letting go is not about forgetting or pretending the past did not happen. It is an act of kindness, a gentle turning toward your own peace. You say to yourself, I release what I no longer need. I am safe to let go, to let go. With every breath, you notice more space within and around you. The night air moves more freely. Your thoughts slow and soften. You are no longer weighed down by what was or what could have been. The future is not a mountain to climb, but an open field waiting for your gentle steps. You picture yourself walking forward now, lighter than before. Each step feels easier, your body moving without the old drag of regret or fear. You trust the ground beneath you. You trust yourself to know what to hold and what to set down. Letting go does not mean losing yourself. Instead, you find yourself, your true self, the one who is always quietly waiting beneath the weight of expectation and worry. You meet this self now in the dark, and you recognize the spark of possibility in your chest. With every burden you release, the spark grows brighter, a quiet glow warming you from within. You allow the memories of old failures or hurts to float past like clouds in the night sky. They do not disappear, but they no longer block the light. You say, thank you for teaching me. Thank you for the wisdom. I am ready to move on. You breathe out long and slow, watching these memories drift into the distance, leaving you free. If new worries try to creep in about tomorrow, about what you must do, about what others expect, you greet them gently. You let them sit for a moment, and then you offer them the same kindness. Not tonight, tonight I rest. You promise yourself that you can return to these thoughts later if you need to, but for now, you deserve peace. Your body relaxes further, sinking into the bed as if becoming part of the night itself. You notice the quiet thrum of your heart, the rise and fall of your breath. You realize that you are enough even when you set everything down. Your worth is not measured by what you hold, but by your willingness to let go. You turn your attention to your dreams. What new beginnings might enter if you make space tonight? What gentle hopes are waiting for you in the silence? You allow yourself to imagine a tomorrow unburdened, full of new possibilities, new connections, new ease. You trust the process, trusting that what is meant for you will remain. What is not can fall away. You do not force the letting go. You simply invite it with patience and kindness. I am safe, you say to yourself. I am free to let go. As the night deepens, you become aware of a profound stillness, both inside and out. This is the space where healing begins, the quiet garden where old burdens become seeds for new growth. You give yourself permission to rest in this stillness, knowing that letting go is an act of trust in life itself. Sleep comes gently, drawn by the space you have made. You are lighter now, cradled by the night, held by your own compassion. You drift into dreams, ready for new beginnings, at peace with all that you have released. The weight you no longer need is gone. What remains is your true self, open, hopeful, quietly powerful in the soft dark. As you float on the edge of sleep, you sense a gentle promise. You are always free to set down what is heavy. You are always safe to let new light in, and you are always, always enough. The darkness is gentle now, like a velvet curtain drawn across the windows of the world. You are safe, cocooned in the quiet of your room. The steady rhythm of your own breath. Night holds you, a patient friend, inviting you to discover a new kind of freedom, not through striving, but through soft rhythmic letting go. You begin with a simple breath, in slow and easy, filling your lungs with cool night air. Out, just as gently, a stream of warmth leaving your lips, carrying away the dust of the day. In this moment, there is no past and no future, only the steady, present pulse of your breathing. It is ancient and intimate, the first comfort you ever knew. You imagine your breath as a breeze, soft and pure, sweeping through the corridors of your body and mind. With each inhale, you gather fresh energy. With each exhale, you release what no longer serves you, fears, tension, the residue of old thoughts. The air within and around you clears, bit by bit, like a window open on a spring morning. Your thoughts, once crowded and restless, begin to slow. You picture them as clouds, drifting across the wide sky of your mind. Some are heavy with rain, swollen with old memories or anxieties. Others are light and thin, barely noticeable. You do not try to push them away. You simply watch them come and go. With each breath, the sky grows wider, brighter, more blue. Inhale, you feel your chest expand, ribs stretching gently, making room for the present moment. Exhale, you imagine the clouds dissolving, carried away by a wind that is kind and effortless. You notice the space left behind, a vast openness where possibility lives. You realize you are not your worries, your regrets, your lists. You are the sky, always vast enough to contain everything and always capable of clearing. You remember times when your breath grew tight and shallow, when stress made your chest feel small. Tonight, you change the story. You breathe deep, sending kindness into every tense muscle, every wound or scar. Your breath is a soft broom, sweeping away the cobwebs of old fears, making room for something softer, lighter. You focus on the feeling of air moving in and out, a tide that never falters. With every inhale, you gather hope, forgiveness, patience. With every exhale, you offer release to the world, to the past, to yourself. You say silently, I let go. I trust the present. I am safe in this breath. You begin to notice other places where tension lingers, a knot in your neck, a tightness in your jaw, a heaviness behind your eyes. You do not rush to fix or change anything. You simply breathe into these spaces, letting your exhale soften what is hard, loosen what is stuck. You imagine tension as smoke, rising and fading with each breath out. Your mind may wander, pulled by the gravity of old stories, unfinished business, questions without answers. If you notice yourself drifting, you return to your breath. You come back to the gentle wind inside you, always available, always cleansing. Here I am. You say, I am safe to let go. As you rest, you realize that breathing is not just bodily function, but a practice of trust. Each exhale is a small surrender, a willingness to believe that you are held, that life continues. Letting go does not mean losing yourself. In fact, it brings you closer to your truest self, the self that is always present, always enough. You let your breath become your guide. With every cycle, you clear another layer of doubt or worry. Like the sky after a summer rain, the air around your heart feels lighter, less cluttered. You sense a new freedom, a quiet courage to be here, now, exactly as you are. You picture yourself standing on a hillside at dawn. The night is fading, the sky pale with promise. A gentle breeze lifts your hair, carrying away the last shreds of fog. You breathe deeply, filling your lungs with cool, clean air. With every breath, you let go of something old, a worry, an expectation, a story that is no longer true. You feel lighter, taller, more at peace. You trust this process. You do not have to clear all the clouds at once. Some will linger, slow to dissolve, and that is okay. Your breath is patient, your sky is wide. Each exhale is enough. Each inhale brings you a little more clarity, a little more calm. You remind yourself that you are not responsible for holding up the whole world. You are allowed to rest, to set things down, to let your breath do the work of healing and release. You are allowed to have cloudy days and sleepless nights. You are allowed to begin again, as often as you need. Your body grows softer with every breath. The bed beneath you feels more welcoming, the darkness more comforting. You feel your edges blur, as if you are dissolving into the night itself, weightless, formless, free. You are not just in the world, you are part of it, your breath mingling with the wind, your thoughts dissolving into the endless sky. You offer gratitude quietly, for the miracle of breathing, for the chance to begin anew with every exhale. You give thanks for your body, your mind, your heart, each working together to keep you safe, to help you heal. You are grateful for the burdens you have set down, for the ones you are still learning to release. That if tears come, you let them fall. They are another kind of letting go, a rain that clears the sky and softens the earth. You trust that there is no shame in feeling, no weakness in release. Your emotions, like your breath, are part of your healing. Sleep comes closer, drawn by the space you have made inside. The world grows quieter, your mind emptier, your spirit lighter. You drift toward dreams carried on the gentle wind of your own breathing. Each breath is a blessing, each exhale a gift. You end tonight with a simple promise to trust your breath, to return to it whenever life feels heavy or crowded, to know that in the act of breathing, you are always clearing a path for peace. That as you drift away, you hear a whisper on the wine, your own gentle voice, promising with every breath, I am free. With every breath, I am home. With every breath, I begin again. The night is deeper now, a vast and gentle sea. You float on its surface, weightless. The world hushed and held in darkness. All around you is softness, the air, the shadows, the silent promise of things yet to come. You have let go of so much, shed old burdens like a winter coat, and now you find yourself in a quiet clearing, wide open space within. This space is not empty in the way of absence or loss. Instead, it feels peaceful and sacred. A new room in the house of your spirit. You sense the subtle power of it. This hush after the storm, this pause between chapters. Your breath is slower, now lighter, as if it, too, is discovering the possibilities that come with letting go. In this stillness, you notice what you used to miss when you were busy holding on, how the body relaxes, how the heart feels lighter, how even the smallest hope can shine in the gentle dark. You realize that you have made a welcome for the new, created a soft landing place for dreams and blessings that need space to grow. You imagine yourself in a quiet forest, the moon filtering through high branches, a clearing open before you. There are no footprints here, no tracks of past worries or old regrets. It is just you, the open ground, and the hush of expectation. You realize that in nature, emptiness is never wasted. It is always waiting, fertile and alive, ready for whatever seeds might find it. You sense that your life is like this, too, when you let go of fears, plans, past hurts. You are not left barren or alone. Instead, you create a clearing where new things can enter, unexpected opportunities, gentle connections, a peace that comes with patience. You feel the truth of it settle into your bones. You do not have to force what's next. You only have to make room for it. You notice how your mind, once tangled with what-ifs and should-haves, now feels as wide and open as the night sky. You can hear the faint hum of your own dreams, the quiet longing that lives beneath your busy thoughts. You remember what it's like to wish for something just because it brings you joy, not because it's an escape from pain. You trust now in this quiet space that you are ready for what's next, even if you cannot name it, even if it comes. Slowly, you give up the need to know every step, every answer. Instead, you become a gentle witness, patient and open, allowing the universe to fill the empty places in its own time. You recall the feeling of waiting as a child, the breathless excitement before a birthday, the hush before the first snow. You didn't know when or how your wish would come, only that you believed it would. You bring that gentle faith with you now, letting it settle into your heart. You remember new beginnings are often quiet, sometimes almost invisible at first, but they always come. You notice the subtle signs of arrival, a fresh thought, a moment of inspiration, the way you feel lighter when you imagine the future. You let yourself get curious. What is the universe preparing for me now that I have made space? What gentle magic is on its way? You open your senses, both inner and outer. You pay attention to the small things, the tingle of cool air on your cheek, the soft rustle of fabric, the sound of your own steady breathing. You know that life speaks in whispers, that blessings often arrive on quiet feet. You listen, not with expectation, but with trust. You remind yourself it is enough to rest in the quiet. You do not need to fill the space with worry or plans. You do not have to rush or chase or strive. The quiet is not a void, but a garden waiting for spring. Your only task is to notice, to appreciate, to gently welcome whatever comes. You let yourself imagine what new things you might wish for, not with grasping, but with soft hope. Perhaps you dream of a new connection, a chance to express your gifts, a simple day filled with laughter and light. You let these wishes settle like seeds in the open soil of your spirit, knowing that some will grow right away, while others will wait for their own right time. You offer gratitude for this space, for your own willingness to clear it, for the courage it takes to let go of the old and not rush to fill it with the familiar. You trust that your soul knows what to invite, that the universe has a wisdom beyond your own understanding. As sleep draws closer, you promise yourself to notice the quiet blessings that begin to arrive, the first shy sprout after winter, the gentle joy of a new day, the peace that comes with letting life unfold at its own pace. You trust that by making space, you have already begun to attract what's meant for you. If doubts or impatience arise, you treat them gently. You remind yourself that growth is not always loud or quick. Sometimes the most important changes happen in silence below the surface. While you rest, you allow yourself to become patient, trusting that you are already enough, already worthy, already on your way. You drift toward dreams, carried by the soft knowledge that new beginnings are already on their way to you. You let the quiet fill you, soothe you, wrap you in the comfort of its promise. You remember, letting go is not just an end, but an opening, a quiet invitation to something beautiful and new. Tonight, you rest in this gentle space. You are not waiting for life to begin. You are living now, in the quiet, in the peace, in the trust that all things arrive when you are ready. You have made the space, and that is more than enough. And as you fall into sleep, you carry with you this truth: the quiet is your friend. The emptiness is alive. What's meant for you is already making its way softly, surely, in perfect time. Night falls like a blessing, quiet and deep. All around you, the world softens, colors dim, and a peaceful hush settles over the landscape of your life. Your body relaxes, safe and warm, wrapped in the familiar cocoon of your bed. The air is cool and gentle, filled with promise of perfect. Time to turn inward and explore the secret sources of abundance that dwell within you. You begin by noticing the most ordinary things: the softness of your sheets, the steady rhythm of your breath, the slow unfolding of your thoughts as they move, cloud-like, across your mind. Here, in the dim light, you are reminded that abundance is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it arrives as quiet comfort, a simple pleasure, a feeling of enough. You close your eyes and imagine a spring hidden deep beneath the ground, a pool of clear, living water that has waited for centuries to rise. You see yourself kneeling beside it, cupping your hands to drink. The water is cool, sweet, endless. You realize that this spring lives inside you, a well of strength, creativity, and hope that never runs dry. Tonight, you travel inward, following the current of your own breath. You find within yourself treasures that no one can take, the resilience that has carried you through hard days, kindness that blooms in your words and actions, the quiet faith that tomorrow can be brighter than today. You remember laughter, shared lessons learned, the patient love you've offered to others and yourself. You let your mind drift over your life, noticing moments of plenty. Perhaps it was a day spent in sunlight, a meal with friends, a letter that arrived at just the right time. These are not grand events, but they shimmer with abundance, the abundance of joy, connection, simple presence. You realize you have always been surrounded by wealth if you know where to look. With each breath, you let gratitude rise. You give thanks for your body and its quiet work, for your mind and its curiosity, for your heart and its steady beat. You offer gratitude for the small comforts and for the strength to face discomfort. You acknowledge the beauty of your own journey, the growth and change that have made you who you are. You begin to feel abundance blooming within you, like flowers opening at dawn. You remember that true wealth is not measured only in coins or possessions, but in the richness of your experiences, the depth of your love, the wisdom earned through time. You feel deep inside a gentle confidence. You already have everything you need. You imagine the seeds of plenty scattered throughout your spirit. Some have already grown: your talents, your friendships, your dreams realized. Others sleep, waiting for the right season, the right invitation. You picture yourself tending these seeds, watering them with kindness and patience, trusting that each will bloom in its own time. If doubts or feelings of lack arise, you meet them with compassion. There is enough, you whisper. I am enough. You remember that scarcity is often just a shadow passing across the bright field of your life. You turn toward the light, toward gratitude, toward self-acceptance, toward the truth that abundance begins within. You invite your mind to notice all the ways you are already rich. Perhaps it is in your ability to listen, to comfort to make someone smile. Perhaps it is in your imagination, your resilience, your willingness to begin again. You are wealthy in ways that cannot be counted, and each recognition makes the inner spring flow stronger. You let go of old stories that say you must strive and struggle to deserve abundance. Instead, you allow yourself to receive quietly, easily. As if you are gathering wildflowers in an open meadow, there is no rush, no competition. Field is wide, and there is more than enough for you. You remind yourself that the universe is generous, that new blessings are always on their way, even if you cannot yet see them. You trust that by tending to your own spirit, you become a magnet for goodness, attracting opportunities, friendships, joy, and the kind of prosperity that changes lives from the inside out. As you rest, you picture the spring inside you overflowing, its water nourishing every cell, every thought, every dream. You imagine this abundance flowing outward, touching the lives of those you loved, rippling across your world like gentle rain. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you notice, the more there is to notice. You breathe deeply, letting this sense of plenty settle into your bones. You know that even on days when you feel empty or lost, the spring remains waiting to be found. It is a promise written into the fabric of your being. You are always enough, and there is always enough. You drift closer to sleep, carried by the feeling of being full of hope, gratitude, possibility. You trust that your dreams will water the seeds of abundance within you, and that tomorrow you will awaken ready to notice, receive, and give. Tonight, you rest in the gentle knowledge that you are already rich. You are the keeper of an inner spring, the gardener of your own wealth. All is well, all is enough. As sleep carries you away, you hear the quiet blessing of abundance rising. You are always cared for. You are always provided. For you are always enough. Night gathers, deep and gentle, wrapping the world in its velvet embrace. You lie in the stillness, your breath slow and calm, and realize this moment itself is a gift of pause, a soft surrender, a chance to open to what the universe has to offer. There is no urgency now, no need to reach or strain. The work of the day is done, and you are free to simply receive. You remember the feeling of wanting, of striving, how easy it is to believe you must always be doing, seeking, earning to deserve the gifts of life. But here, in this quiet hour, you sense a deeper truth, that much of life's abundance is given, not seized. You remember how dew settles on grass in the dark, how the moon shines not because it is chaste, but because the night is ready to receive its light. You allow your body to grow heavier, each muscle relaxing, your hands open, fingers uncurling, as if to catch whatever gentle gifts might drift down to you. You practice being open, not demanding, not hoping too hard, but allowing. There is a grace in this, a kind of trust that is older than words. You begin to notice blessings that arrive on silent feet, the comfort of your pillow, the warmth of your blanket, the subtle hush outside your window, as if all the world is conspiring to make this a moment of peace just for you. These are gifts, offered freely, without price or effort. You recognize them and quietly say, thank you. You picture abundance as moonlight, cool, soft, inevitable, pouring through your window and filling the room. You do not need to gather it or hold it tight. You simply allow it to touch you, to wash over your body and soul. You breathe in, receiving this gentle light, letting it fill the empty places, the quiet corners you have prepared. You sense that the universe is generous by nature. The gifts it offers may not always come in the forms you expect. Sometimes a new friend, sometimes a lesson, sometimes a moment of inspiration or beauty. By releasing the need to control the how, you become a magnet for blessings in all their surprising forms. You reflect on the ways abundance has come to you unbidden, a kind word from a stranger, a chance meeting, an idea that arrives fully, formed when you least expected. You realize these moments were never forced. They arrived when you were open, when you let go of striving and settled into trust. You notice the urge to grasp, to hold, to make things happen. It comes from old stories of scarcity, of competition, of not being enough. You treat these stories gently. You remind yourself, tonight I am enough. Tonight there's nothing to prove or pursue. You let your breath do the work, bringing you back to this present, open moment. You picture yourself standing by a clear, slow-moving stream. The water is cool, the air alive with possibility. You reach into the stream, not to snatch or control, but simply to feel the current move over your hands. You trust that what is meant for you will flow to you gently, naturally, in its own time. Remember times in your life when the best things came when you stopped looking so hard, when love arrived after you let go, when a solution appeared after you released worry, when joy bubbled up from nowhere as you relaxed into the moment. These are reminders that receiving is an act of surrender, of patience, of soft trust. With every breath, you open a little more. You imagine the energy of the universe swirling around you, seeking the path of least resistance. You choose to be an open path, a vessel, a field, a quiet room ready to be filled. You do not demand or chase. You simply say, I am ready to receive. You turn your attention inward and notice what it feels like to receive, not just material things, but care, praise, affection, inspiration. You recall the warmth of a compliment, comfort of support, the spark of an idea. You allow yourself to enjoy these feelings, to let them linger, to let them fill you up. You remember that you are worthy of every good thing. You invite abundance in every form: friendship, laughter, opportunity, healing, creativity. You imagine your life as a house, every window and door wide open, welcoming whatever goodness wants to come in. You are not afraid of emptiness, for you trust that life fills every empty space and time. You release the urge to compare, to measure your blessings against another's. You know that your gifts are unique, perfect for your path. You celebrate the abundance of others, trusting that the universe is rich beyond measure. There's more than enough for all. You rest in the quiet confidence that you do not have to do anything to deserve abundance, except be yourself, open, honest, willing to receive. You release old guilt, old fears of taking up too much space or wanting too much. You affirm, it is safe for me to receive. My abundance does not deprive anyone else. The universe is infinite. You trust the timing of your life. If something has not arrived, you know it is not because you are unworthy, but because all things come in their season. You allow yourself to wait with joy, not anxiety. You let anticipation be sweet, not bitter. You rest in patience, knowing the greatest gifts often arrive quietly. After the waiting, you fall deeper into relaxation. Your body light and warm, your heart a soft landing place for every good thing. You are a magnet for blessings. You are a friend to abundance, the gentle receiver of all the universe has to offer. As sleep draws near, you hold this feeling close, a soft certainty that your life is already full and growing fuller by the day. You let the night pour its gifts into you: rest, hope, healing, the promise of a tomorrow rich with possibility. You drift on this current, open and trusting, knowing that by surrendering the need to chase, you allow the greatest gifts to find you. You end the day with a quiet affirmation: I am open, I am ready. I receive with grace. And in the hush of the night, you feel the universe answering, welcome, dear one. All you need is already on its way. Night's calm has deepened, a velvet hush shawl around you. The spring of abundance you've discovered within is flowing freely now, filling you with warmth, hope, and a quiet certainty. You rest in this fullness, knowing that you have enough and that there is more than enough to share. And as your breath settles, you feel the gentle urge to let your light shine beyond your own heart, to let your wealth ripple outward, multiplying in beautiful and unexpected ways. You imagine your abundance as a soft golden light, warm, glowing, comforting. It pulls inside you, gathering in your heart, gentle and steady. With every breath, the light grows, filling every corner of your being, spilling into your hands, your voice, your smallest actions. You are safe, deeply safe, to share this light. For in the sharing, you discover a secret. The more you give, the more there is. You remember simple acts of kindness that have come your way. Perhaps a smile from a stranger, a word of encouragement at just the right moment, a friend's help when you needed it most. You let these memories wash over you, gentle reminders that abundance is often woven through the fabric of community. You see now that wealth is not meant to be hoarded, but to be circulated, to be given and received like breath with every gentle exhale. You imagine sending your abundance into the world. It is a blessing for someone you love, a silent wish for someone struggling, a hope for a stranger you will never meet. You let your heart whisper, may you feel ease, may you know comfort, may you discover joy. You realize that your capacity for generosity is endless because your true source is infinite. You reflect on the smallest gifts: time, attention, a listening ear, kind note left for a colleague, the extra few seconds spent with a child, the patience to let someone else go first. You see how these simple offerings can shift the course of a day, even a life. Each act is a pebble tossed into a pond, sending ripples far beyond your sight. You imagine abundance flowing through you like a river. It doesn't pool or stagnate, but moves onward, watering new ground, nourishing new seeds. You realize that giving is not losing, it is participating in the ongoing dance of plenty. You give because you can, because it feels good, because in giving you discover you have even more to offer. You let yourself receive the quiet rewards of generosity, not praise or recognition, but the warm glow inside, the feeling that you are connected, part of a larger circle of care. You trust that what you send out returns, not always in the same form, but always magnified, always transformed by the magic of giving. You may remember times when you were afraid to give, worried it wouldn't be enough, worried it would run out, worried you might need it later. You notice these fears without judgment. You offer them kindness and let them dissolve in the golden light of your abundance. You affirm, softly, I am safe to share. What I give returns to me in ways I can't yet imagine. You realize, too, that abundance is not just about material things. It is laughter, encouragement, forgiveness, hope. It is the wisdom you've earned, the comfort you can offer, the belief in someone's potential. These are treasures no one can take away, and the more you give, the more the world around you shines. You picture yourself reaching out, maybe in thought, maybe in dream, to someone who could use a bit of your light. You send a wave of compassion, a blessing, a wish for ease. You trust that this energy finds its way, that even the quietest act matters, that your offering ripples out into the universe and multiplies in mysterious, beautiful ways. You imagine a circle of abundance growing ever wider. You see your gifts joining with the gifts of others, forming a current of generosity that sweeps through families, friendships, neighborhoods, nations. You feel how you are held, how you are part of something larger, a living network of care, always flowing, always renewing itself. If you feel small or uncertain, you return to your breath, to your own heart spring of plenty. You remind yourself even the smallest gesture counts, a smile, a kind thought, a moment of patience. The universe does not measure in grand gestures, but in the steady, gentle flow of daily giving. You let yourself be surprised by how much you can offer. You realize that the more you share, the more your own abundance grows, not just in things, but in joy, in meaning, in the feeling of connection. The circle widens again, each act lighting another candle, each candle brightening the whole night. As you drift closer to sleep, you rest in the knowledge that you are a giver and a receiver, part of the great tide of abundance that never ends. You allow yourself to dream of a world where everyone shares, where no one is left out. This spring of plenty within every heart is honored and nourished. You trust that by sharing your light tonight, you have set something good in motion. You need not see the outcome. You need not count the blessings. It is enough to know that giving and receiving are two sides of the same gentle breath. You drift into dreams warmed by the sense of being part of this endless circle. You are not alone. You are never without enough. Your abundance is multiplied each time you share it, each time you let it flow. Tonight, as you sleep, the light within you travels outward, touching, comforting, healing, returning home to you, even brighter than before. And you rest in this gentle knowing, what you give returns, what you share multiplies, and every act of kindness, no matter how small, echoes through the world and back to your heart. The night has settled in fully now, as soft as the breath of a dream. You have journeyed far across the quiet landscapes of your heart, through hidden springs of abundance, along the gentle paths of gratitude, letting go and hope. Now, as your eyelids grow heavier, the gentle wisdom of the law of attraction weaves itself softly around you. A cloak of comfort and possibility. You lie at the edge of waking and dreaming, where the conscious world slips away and something deeper stirs beneath the surface. Here, the teachings of the night linger, whispering reminders into the hush. You are enough. You are safe. Your dreams are heard, held, and gently answered in ways you may not yet understand. Let yourself rest in this peaceful awareness. All the practices you've explored tonight, gratitude, letting go, allowing, receiving, sharing, have taken root inside you. You do not need to remember every word, every visualization, every gentle truth. Trust that your subconscious, always attentive, has absorbed exactly what you needed. Like seeds sown under the cover of darkness, these lessons will blossom in their own time. Tonight, you have let your heart open wide, as spacious as the sky. You have released old burdens, made room for the new, and welcomed abundance in its many forms. You have remembered the power of soft hope, the magic of a simple thank you, the way your thoughts shape your world quietly, moment by moment, even as you rest. Feel your breath slowing now, each inhale gentle and cool, each exhale warm and steady. You are perfectly held by your own presence, by the soft support of your bed, by the patient embrace of the universe. You need do nothing more. This is your time to receive, to surrender, to allow yourself to be deeply cared for. As you drift into sleep, imagine a gentle light circling you, your own energy, cleansed and renewed by the night's journey. It settles over you like a blanket, soothing every muscle, every worry, every restless thought. In this light, there is only peace, there is only comfort. There is only the promise that tomorrow will unfold with gentle surprises, new gifts, and the quiet strength you have gathered here. You may notice old thoughts floating by, doubts, worries, unfinished lists. Let them drift like leaves carried downstream. You do not have to follow them or fix them. Trust that just as night transforms the world outside, your inner world is quietly reorganizing, making space for answers, solutions, and healing too. When you most need them, perhaps you sense a subtle warmth at your heart, a quiet joy at your core. This is the energy of your own attention, of every affirmation, every visualization, every loving thought you've offered yourself tonight. You have given yourself the greatest gift, time, care, and the willingness to believe that life can be gentle, magical, and deeply good. Let your mind wander now without direction. Allow your dreams to build gentle bridges between what is and what could be. There are no limits here, no restrictions, no barriers. In sleep, your imagination is free to play, to rehearse wonderful outcomes, to invite new possibilities and solutions with ease. You are the author of your dream world, and your subconscious mind is your loyal companion. Remember, too, that you do not walk this path alone. All around you are kindred spirits, others listening to the same bedtime story, others wishing for peace, abundance, and love. Across time and space, you are part of a silent community of dreamers, all holding the same hope, to rest, to heal, to attract a life of gentle fulfillment. As you sleep, feel this connection, a soft golden thread linking you to all who seek the magic of the law of attraction. If you find yourself waking in the night, remember the tools you have gathered here: a gentle breath, a whispered thank you, the memory of letting go, the willingness to receive, the quiet urge to share your light. With each return to awareness, you can come back to these simple practices, allowing them to soothe and guide you night after night. When the morning comes, let yourself rise slowly. Carry the softness of this night with you. Notice the first light filtering through your window, the gentle sound of the world waking up. Know that you have already begun to attract goodness. Even in your sleep, let gratitude greet the new day, and let curiosity walk with you into its unfolding. There will be days of difficulty and doubt, as there always are, but now you hold within you a secret reservoir, a wellspring of inner abundance, a knowing that what you seek is seeking you. In return to this place whenever you need rest, reassurance, or renewal. The Sleepy LOA is always here for you, night after night, a soft and patient guide. Now, as your breathing slows, as your thoughts grow lighter and further apart, trust that the universe is tending your dreams. Trust that the seeds you have planted tonight will blossom in ways you cannot yet imagine. Trust above all in your own worthiness, your own power, and your own infinite capacity to create, receive, and share. Let yourself float now, weightless in the darkness. Let the wisdom of the night do its quiet work. Let every cell rest, every muscle soften, every hope expand. You are safe, you are cared for, you are deeply, deeply loved. Sleep well, dream sweetly, and awaken renewed. The magic you've called forth tonight